Good morning. My name is Dr. Paul Healy. I'm the Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Principals Association. We're here today to do an interview for a candidate for President-elect. That candidate is Jonathan Ross, and I'm going to have him take a minute to introduce himself. Jonathan?
Thank you, Dr. Healy. Yes, my name is John Ross. I am the proud principal of Lionville Middle School in the Downingtown Area School District. In addition to being a principal, I'm also a member of the I am the representative, the Eastern 3 region representative on the PA Principals Association Board of Directors. And I'm a dad and a husband and a bunch of other things as well, but I know we're pressed for time. So that's basically who I am.
Thanks, John. We are fortunate that we have 3 candidates vying for the President-elect position this year. Each candidate was provided 3 questions to answer, and they have 5 minutes to do so. John, when we're getting down to time, when we have about 1 minute left, we'll kind of give you a warning so you could either slow down or speed up whatever you need to do.
Okay.
All right. So let's get into it. Our first question for you is, what strengths do you bring to the position, and what in your professional journey qualifies you for leading and supporting principals across the Commonwealth?
Well, when you talk about my professional journey, the first thing that I think about is that I've always wanted to be a principal. You know, going back to my experience in school, when I was in middle school, my best friend's dad was our principal, and I liked and admired him. And from that point, I always saw myself as becoming a principal one day. So I kind of feel like I have that inner drive to be a principal and to do the best I can in that role. I also feel like I've got a great deal of experience. You know, I've been a principal since 2001, and I've been a principal in a couple of different settings. You know, I previously worked in the Upper Darby School District, which is a more urban setting, more diverse setting, lower socioeconomic situation, kids that were struggling. So I've dealt with families that were working through that. I think where I'm working now, as with a lot of principals, you know, we have a great deal on our plate in working with families and helping kids through a lot of the stress and anxiety and mental wellness that kids are dealing with now. So I feel like I've got a diverse background in my experiences, and also my experience on the organization, working with the organization, both presenting at conferences and being on the board of directors for the Commonwealth. So.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Our second question, what is at least one change you see on the horizon for public education in the next 4 years, and how would that translate into support needed for our principals?
Yeah, I think a lot about the pendulum swinging. Again, having been in education for 27 years, I've seen the pendulum go in a number of different directions, and I feel like right now, the work that's happening from Governor Wolf on down at the state level, and the advocacy that our organization does, that we're moving away from teaching to the test to more authentic learning. I love seeing the stuff in college and career readiness, and not just focused on college, but also career readiness. So I think what we have to do as an organization is make sure that we maintain a level of rigor and relevance in what we're teaching kids, that we can't ease up, even though they might be easing up on the teach to the test and test prep angle of things. I think we have to focus on 21st century skills and help our kids find their passion, so that there's still a decent amount of rigor and relevance in what the kids are doing.
Great. Thank you. And our final question. Many principals, as you know, belong to our association, but do not fully participate in some of our events, such as the regional meetings, our podcast, our conferences, our Act 45 Pill sessions. So what ideas would you have to increase participation in some of these events?
Well, folks that know me know that I'm involved in podcasting, and I'm involved a lot in social media with our Rockstar Principals podcast that I do with my partner, Nick Indeglio, my fellow middle school principal in Downingtown. So I feel like we could do more of that. We could become more interactive social media-wise. I also feel like we could meet people where they are by providing things over YouTube. We could make use of a YouTube channel where we either provide updates on advocacy and things that we're working, and the things that you're doing, Dr. Healy, as executive director, but also doing things where we spotlight principals, trying to promote the role that we play. I don't think there's enough attention paid to the great job that principals are doing all over the country. And I feel like using social media and YouTube that we could be spotlighting those things. And then finally, I would say some more visibility maybe at either at the IUs or at the university level, trying to get people as they're, just coming on board in the principalship and showing them the benefits of being in our association.
Thank you. So that concludes our 3 questions. I want to take this opportunity, though, to personally thank you for your service on the board and your service to the members in the region that you represent. I think as an organization, we're in really great shape that we have 3 people that have stepped up for interest. So that just bodes well for leadership of the future for our organization. So thank you very much for that.
Thanks, Dr. Healy.
All right, that concludes our interview.